Hello students, and welcome back to another episode of our program Aprender e Estudar em Casa. As always, my name is Edson Horta and I am your English teacher for your 9th grade classes. Remember students, we are living a pandemic situation with COVID-19, so it's very important for you to follow the 3 simple rules, right? Wear your masks, wash your hands always, and practice social distancing. As always, students, before we start our class, we have to correct our homework. Now remember the homework that we had for last class. In last class, your homework was to write 5 sentences using the gerund. And you had these 2 examples. Cynthia hates cooking fish and Mauro loves playing volleyball. Now students, remember that we saw last class how to use the gerund after the 3 verbs like love and hate, but also after the prepositions, after and before. Now your homework was to write 5 sentences like those that you have in the examples and then show them to your teacher at school. That was your homework and I hope you did it correctly, all right? So now that we have seen what was your homework from our previous lesson, let's start today's lesson and see what we are going to talk about. Cynthia hates cooking fish. And sentence number 2, Mauro loves playing volleyball. Well, students, those were the 2 examples that you had on how to use the gerund after the verbs like love and hate. Remember that you had to write 5 sentences using the gerund after these verbs, but also the gerund after the prepositions after and before, and then show these sentences to your teacher at school. All right? I hope you did it and you did all your sentences correctly. Now, without further ado, let's start our lesson for today. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to see what can you do when you go to a restaurant. All right? That is our topic for today's lesson, at the restaurant. But more specifically, how to make, cancel a reservation, how to order a meal, how to ask for the bill, and identify some examples of food items, drinks, and dishes. As always, students, you have these sources that you can research in order to clarify your doubts or your questions. I would like to call your attention to the last source, that is 7esl.com/food and drinks vocabulary. Now, if you go to this website, you will find a lot of vocabulary related to drinks and food, and I advise you to look for it or research it. All right, students, now that we have seen what is today's topic and what we will be talking about, let's start today's lesson. At the restaurant. So what do you do when you go to the restaurant? Now first, before going to the restaurant, you have to learn how to make a reservation. Now, how do you make a reservation? First of all, when you call the restaurant or when you go to the restaurant, someone might ask you this question: how can I help you? Okay? This is generally someone that works in the restaurant and they want to help you doing a reservation. So what do you say when someone asks you this question: how can I help you? You usually say, I would like to make a reservation for 2. Now, be careful here, students. The reservation can be for 2, for 3, for 4. It depends on the number of people that are going with you. In the last sentence you have, I'd like to make a reservation for tonight at 7 p.m. And my name is. So this is where you say your name. Well, students, that is the interaction on how to make a reservation. First, when you go to the restaurant, someone might ask you, How can I help you? And then you say what you want to do. You want to make a reservation, all right? You want to make a reservation, you say the number of people that are going with you, 2, 3, or 4, and then you say for what time, and then you leave your name. That's how you make a reservation when you are going to the restaurant, okay? Now, but what if something happens and you are not able to make it, you are not able to go? How do you cancel a reservation? Let's take a look. Now, if something happens and you are not able to go to the restaurant, you can cancel the reservation. How do you cancel the reservation? Well, you can say, I would like to cancel the reservation I made for tonight. And you leave your name. My name is. Yes, students, that's how you cancel a reservation, all right? It's very easy. You can just call the restaurant and say that you would like to cancel the reservation, say the time, and say your name. And that's it. The reservation is canceled if you're not able to go, all right? But if you are able to go to the restaurant, you and your friends, okay, what do you do when you get there? Of course, when you go to the restaurant, you're going there to have a great time, enjoy your company, the company of your friends, enjoy your meals, all right? How do you order your meal? That's our next step. Let's take a look. Now, when you want to order a meal, you say, may I see the menu? And then when you have the menu and you have chosen, someone might come to you and say, are you ready to order? Now, this means, are you ready to tell me what you are going to eat? Now, sometimes you might not have decided yet. So when you have not decided, what do you say? You say, I'm having trouble deciding. What would you recommend? This sentence is showing that you want a recommendation from the person that works at the restaurant. Or if you haven't decided yet, but you're still taking a look at the menu, you can just say, we just need a few more minutes, please. Well, students, those are the sentences that you can use when you want to order a meal, right? First, you ask for the menu. Then, when the waiter or waitress, that's the person that assist you at the restaurant, is ready to take your order, they might ask you that question, are you ready to order? If you want for them to give you a recommendation, you can ask it by saying or by asking the question, what do you recommend? Or if you still haven't decided, you can just say, we just need a couple more minutes, please, all right? Now, imagine that you have decided on what you are going to eat. How do you say that in English? Let's take a look. How to order a meal. Now that you are ready to order your meal or to say what you are going to eat, what can you say? Or better yet, how can you say it? You can say, yes, I'd like a lasagna and salad. Or you can say, I'll, that is the same thing as I will, have grilled tuna with a salad and French fries. If you want something to drink, the waiter or the waitress might ask you, would you like anything to drink, or what do you want to drink? Now, the answer to this question would be, yes, I'll have an orange juice. Or if you don't want anything to drink, you can just say, no, thank you. You could also say, yes, I'd, that is the same thing as I would, I'd like a Coke, or I'd like some water, please. Now, when it comes time for you to order your meal, students, these are the sentences that you can use, all right? You say what you want to eat. For example, I would like or I will have grilled tuna and salad, and then what you want to drink. I will have a Coke, or I'd like some water, please, or I don't want anything to drink, all right? So that's how you order your food and drinks in English when you are at the restaurant. Well, now that we have seen how to make a reservation, and if something happens, how to cancel that reservation, how to order your meal, right? It's time for you to pay the check. Of course, you cannot leave the restaurant without paying for your food. Now, how do you pay for your food in English? So how do you ask for the bill? There are 3 examples that you can use. You can say, "We're ready for the check, please." The check is the amount or how much you have to pay. So we're ready for the check, please, or can we have the check, please? Or you can just say, "Check, please." Students, one quick note. The check and the bill are the same thing. They have the same meaning. So when you're leaving the restaurant and it's time for you to pay for what you have consumed, you can say bill or check. All right? Very good. Now, let's take a look at some vocabularies related with today's topic. The first vocabulary that you have is baked. Students, usually we use the vocabulary baked when we are baking a cake, all right? A cake is something that is sweet, so usually with cakes, we use the word bake when we put it in the oven. In the second picture, you have the vocabulary grilled. Here in Cape Verde, students, we like grilled food a lot, especially grilled chicken. But do you like grilled fish? I like grilled tuna. Okay, let's continue with more vocabularies. The next vocabulary is boiled. And you have in the picture an example of boiled eggs. And in the last vocabulary, you have a roasted chicken. Now, students, one quick note. When we are baking a cake, that is something sweet, we use the word bake. But when we talk about meat or fish and we cook it in the oven, we say roasted, correct? Now remember, for cake, we say bake. For meat or fish, we say roasted, okay? Very good. Let's continue with more vocabularies. Our next vocabulary is noodles. Now, I know that you like noodles very much and you eat it all the time. The second vocabulary is Coke. You have a Coca-Cola bottle there. Or you can also say fizzy drinks. Another quick note, students. Coke or Sprite or Fanta, they are carbonated drinks or fizzy drinks. That is how you can also call them in English. All right? Let's continue. Next in our vocabulary, you have alcoholic drinks. For example, beer, wine, martini, shot of tequila, etc. And in the end, you have a dessert. You have ice cream, a cookies ice cream in the picture. Well, students, those were the vocabularies related with food and drinks in English. So remember, when you go to the restaurant, use these vocabularies. It's always good to practice your English. But when you go to the restaurant, who is going to attend you? Who is going to take your order? And what is your role when you go to the restaurant? Let's take a look. Now, when we go to the restaurant, students, we might see a waiter or a waitress. Now, the waiter is used for men and waitress is used for women. And they are the ones that take care of us when we go to the restaurant. When we go to the restaurant, we are the customer or the client. Well, students, now that you know who is going to attend or take your order when you go to the restaurant and what is your role when you go to the restaurant, let's see a quick video that illustrates the situation. Now, take note of the vocabulary, of the interaction, and then we are going to do some practice. Let's go.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hi there. I would like a table for two, please.
No problem. Please follow me to the seating area. Here is your table.
Great. Thank you. Can I get the menu, please?
Yes, of course. Please wait one moment. Here is your menu. Can I get you anything to drink?
Water is fine for me, please.
I'll have a Diet Coke, please. Here are your drinks. Are you ready to order?
Yes, we are. I'd like the grilled chicken with chips and rice, please.
Would you like a starter?
No, thank you. I'll just have the main course.
For starter, I'd like pumpkin soup. For the main course, I'd like fried fish with salad, please.
Good afternoon. Your food is ready. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much. The fried fish tastes delicious. How is your grilled chicken?
It tastes amazing. I'm so glad we came to this restaurant. The view outside is also beautiful.
Did you enjoy your meal?
Yes, it was lovely. Thank you.
Would you like anything for dessert?
Yes, please. I'd like cheesecake.
I'd like chocolate fudge cake, please.
Here is your dessert. Cheesecake for you, sir. Chocolate fudge cake for you, madam.
Thank you. Excuse me, please can I get a glass of water?
Yes, of course. Can I bring you anything else?
No, thank you, just the bill. Of course. Here it is. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
May I take your order, please?
Yes, I'd like a cheeseburger and French fries, please.
Would you like anything else with that?
I'd like a can of Coke, please.
Are you eating in or taking out?
I'll be eating in.
That'll be £5 then, please.
Here you are.
Thank you. Here is your order. Enjoy your meal.
Hello, I'd like a fried chicken burger with fries, please.
Sure. Would you like cheese and salad in your burger?
No cheese, please.
No problem, sir. Would you like anything to drink?
Yes, a bottle of water, please.
Would you like anything else?
That's all, thank you.
For here or to go?
To go.
It costs £4.90.
Here you are.
Thank you. Enjoy your meal.
Well, students, now that we have seen the video and you know how to order a meal, how to make a reservation, cancel a reservation, and how to ask for the bill or check, right? I'm sure you will be able to answer these questions, okay? Let's take a look. Now, the first question is, what can you say when making a reservation? Question number 2, how do you ask the waiter for a recommendation? Question number 3, what expressions can you use to order a meal? Question number 4, how do you say that you are ready to pay? Well, students, those 4 questions are based on today's topic, at the restaurant. And after knowing what you can do for making a reservation, canceling a reservation, ordering your meal, and paying your bill, I'm sure you will be able to answer these questions. No problems. You're very good students, all right? So, let's do it. Well, students, now let's take some time and see what you did, if you answered the questions correctly. But as always, I know you are very good students and you did this assignment correctly. But we always have to check. Now let's take a look. First question, what can you say when making a reservation? Very good. You could say, I would like to make a reservation for 2, please, or I would like to reserve a table for 2, please. Very nice. Question number 2, how do you ask the waiter for a recommendation? Yes, you can ask the waiter or waitress, what would you recommend if you don't know what you want to order? Question number 3, what expressions can you use to order a meal? Yes, you can say, I will have or I would like. Now remember that will is when you are certain of what you are going to say. Question number 4, how do you say that you are ready to pay? Very good. You can say, can we have the check, please? Or you can just say, check, please. As always, students, those were the answers to the 4 questions, interaction at the restaurant. But we have not finished our class yet. It's time for your homework. Students, now that we have finished our practice, let's see what is your homework for today's lesson. Let's take a look. Now, for today's homework, you are going to imagine that you are at a restaurant and create a dialogue or a role play where you make a reservation, order food, ask for recommendation, say what you will eat, and ask for the check. But students, I would recommend you to watch the video of today's lesson on YouTube to help you do your homework. It's going to help you a lot, I'm sure of it. Well, students, that was today's homework, all right? You are supposed to do a dialogue or a role play of an interaction at the restaurant. And remember, you can always check the video on YouTube and it will help you a lot when you're doing your homework. And do your homework and then show it to your teacher at school, okay? Don't forget, do your homework and show it to your teacher at school to help you correct, all right? But we have not finished our lesson yet. It's time for our review. What did we learn today? Students, now it's time for our review. Let's see what was the topic of today's lesson and what did we manage to learn. Let's take a look. Today we learned that to make a reservation at the restaurant, you say, I would like to make a reservation. And then you say the number of people, for 2, 3 people. But you can also say your name and the time. Now, if something happens and you have to cancel the reservation, you can say, I would like to cancel the reservation. And you say your name. You can ask for a suggestion if you don't know what you are going to eat by telling the waitress or the waiter, what would you recommend? When you are ready to order, to say what you're going to eat or what you're going to drink, you can say, I will have or I would like to have. And don't forget, we say the same things for drinks. Now, when you have finished eating and you're ready to leave the restaurant, you ask for the check by saying, check please, or we're ready for the check, please. Well, students, there you have it. That's how you do an interaction at the restaurant in English. Students, that was another episode of our program Aprender e Estudar em Casa. As always, my name is Edson Horta and I'm your English teacher for the 9th grade. Remember, practice your English and stay safe.